Well folks, Colin Bunyan here, welcome to my latest instalment of recipes. Today I'm going to be showing you how you make pecan pie. Now, for the ingredients you need 500 grams of plain flour, admittedly 400 grams for pastry, 100 grams for dusting with a little extra, 7 eggs, 250 grams of butter, 150 ml of corn syrup, 150 grams of demerara sugar and 300 grams of pecans, which you can't see because I left them in Alice's bag by mistake. To make the pastry, all you need to do is grab 200 grams of the butter and cut it into very small pieces. Right. Now you see it's lovely and soft, so what you do is just slice it into slices, chop them into cubes, and you don't want all of this, at least not for the pastry. You probably want to leave maybe that block there. Okay. What we then do is we then chop each block in a small lump, so they're going to be very, very soft. They've been out of the fridge for pretty much most of the afternoon. And then all you do is when we've got all the butter into the flour, we rub it together until you get a nice crumbly mixture. You rub the butter in like so. Just literally put it in. Rub the flour into the butter like so until you get nice little breadcrumbs. Once you have the pastry, well, the flour rubbed in, should look like that. We're then going to cut in 3 eggs. I'm going to cut in the first 2. You might only need 2 eggs, you might need 3. I'll grab the butter knife and cut the eggs in with the knife first. I don't want this to be too gloopy before I touch it. Also helps to get the eggs in and create a bit of a nice mixture. That'll do for starters. Now what we do is we try and bind it together to form a cohesive pastry. I'm just going to add a little bit of water to it. It's not quite there yet, but a whole egg would be a bit too much. So once we've added a bit of water to it, I will then wrap it up in cling film and then chill it for about 30 minutes at least to let the fibres rest. As you can see, the pastry has been in the fridge for a few hours. Right. I've got a bit of flour here on the surface to roll out the pastry on. And the reason why we best the pastry in the fridge is because we want to make the fibres relax. Now the first thing you do is you give it a good squash down on both sides, so both sides are floured, first keeping a bit of cohesion, and then we're going to roll it out. So bear with me one sec whilst I find a rolling pin. Now the pastry admittedly is a little thicker than I'd like. It is going to be dealing with a heavy filling, so maybe it's better than that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to line the pastry tin, see there, and then trim off the edges like so. This can be a little bit fiddly. By the way, in case you're wondering, there was no rolling pin here, so believe it or not, we just used a bottle of beer. So, in case you're wondering what that sizzling sound is, I am cooking potato pancakes on the go. There's fish in the oven as well. It's all go here. This is the first time I've ever tried to cook an entire meal in one video footage. I'm going to crimp the pastry into one corner like so. Just add a little bit of flour for the top just to give it a bit of season, like so. See that there? Okay. And then with a sharp knife, trim the edges off. Right, now in this I've just added 4 eggs, 100 grams of demerara sugar, 75 ml of corn syrup. I've been whisking with a fork like fury, really should use an electric whisk, but I've managed to get away with a fork. You want it to be dark, smooth, no lumps of sugar at all. It's got to be really, really fine. But demerara sugar is needed, you add a bit of nutty flavour to it, which will complement the pecans. You can also add, like I'm going to do, a little bit of this vanilla extract, and pray that, unlike me, the fork doesn't land totally in the bowl. Once this is done, all we do is we'll add the pecans, we'll line the pastry cases, and that, my friend, is how you make a pecan pie. Now, admittedly, this has been quite disjointed.
Pewter.
Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some pecan nuts to the mixture, so I can open the bloody packet.
Yeah, that's pewter. I think. Yeah.
300 grams of pecans, down a spoon, and lightly meld them all together. That smells divine. Right, so now what I'll do is I'll grab one of the pie plates and pour in half of the mixture. Doesn't get terribly full, so what I'll do, so I'll add some of the nuts as well on top, just to make it a bit. Well, you can just pat them down like so. Do the same with the second. Normally this would all go into one pie, but sort of made two inadvertently. So what we'll do is just sprinkle on the rest of the nuts and the rest in there. Plus some soup. And in they go to an oven at 175 degrees for 50 to 55 minutes. So in an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 pecan pies. The one at the back is slightly burnt because the pecans weren't protected by the syrup. The other one at the front there is perfectly done. That's how you do pecan pie. I've been Colin Bunyan.